Right, my friends, so little vlog today because I'm actually in Leeds. Now, Leeds is becoming a sprawling metropolis. I have to say, I'm just on the outskirts of Leeds at the moment, and you can see the amount of cranes and building work and construction that is going on. And Leeds is one of the biggest cities and the largest cities in the UK, and arguably, some would say, in Yorkshire, the best. It's also got a Harvey Nichols, which very, very few cities actually have Harvey Nichols. Let me know in the comment section how many cities in the UK have Harvey Nichols. And it also does a breakfast at Harvey Nichols, a full English breakfast. The question is it going to be a bit pretentious? Because you would expect that from Harvey Nichols, wouldn't you? Well, we're going to find out today because we're going to head in towards the city. I'm going to have a little walk there, and I've got a table booked because you have to book a table if you definitely want to get in there. I don't know whether you can just turn up and sit down. Anyway, I've gone online, booked a table for 10 AM, and we're going to have the breakfast and review it and mark it out of 10. I'm going to take you guys with me. You can have a look at it. Let me know what you think of it, cost-wise and looks, and the expression on my face. If you're new to the channel, by the way, just hit the subscribe button if you like the content. Give us a thumbs up if you like the content also, and if you think it's a bit rubbish, then give it a thumbs down. Anyway, without further ado, my friends, let's go. Now, when you're in Leeds, by the way, you have to secure your bike, but don't just secure the frame of it. Otherwise, you might find out that the rest of it's gone when you come back. Tell you what always gets me. Who eats in these places here? I'm not being funny. Would you eat in these places? BFC and New Ross? What do you reckon? Might be all right. I do like this outside though. Lots of cigarette butts right outside the restaurant. Probably a lot of you will know that my main city really is Nottingham, and I have to say, recent years, Nottingham has become a right hole, let's put it that way, hellhole. I was going to use the other word, but I don't want to use the beat machine. It really has just been in complete decline. Even people from Nottingham will probably agree with me in the comment section down below. Whereas Leeds is actually up and coming. Lots of construction work, lots of shops opening, lots of new office blocks opening, etc. It really is up and coming. You can tell by just looking at the horizon of Leeds. The only thing that worries me a little bit is that the council might ruin that by putting bus lanes, bike lanes in and stopping people from coming into the city centre, because we all know that it only takes one council to ruin a city, and that's what they normally do, because you've got the councillors there that really are basically as thick as two short planks, as my dad used to say. Anyway, that's enough ranting. Onwards. Yep, I was right. Look, you see, lots of traffic coming into the city because it's a thriving city, and the council are narrowing the roads, look, putting bike lanes in that no one really uses. If you're watching from the council, Leeds City Council, right, I know these are the kind of people that have their wives pack the sandwiches for them, cut the crusts off, have corned beef. They don't have any salad cream because that would be too exciting for a councillor, especially at Leeds. Stop putting these bike lanes in. The cyclists don't want them. I'm a cyclist. All the rubbish from the road goes into the cycle lane and we don't use them. We use the roads. Just stop it, because you're going to stop people coming into the city. We just need to get rid of the councillors and just remove them all, because they're useless. They're useless. These were the people at school that used to get bullied. There we go, John Lewis. Got a nice big John Lewis here in Leeds as well. Who remembers when John Lewis used to be called Jessop's? Showing my age now, aren't I? You know, to see the real beauty and history of a city, right, always look up at the top of the buildings, because the bottom of the buildings always change, they modernise them, etc. But look up. and you'll see the history from times gone by, and it's absolutely gorgeous. The architects, that's when architects were creative and they just didn't just bash something out on a computer. Fantastic architecture. Right, it's a little bit early yet. We've still got about an hour and 45 minutes before our breakfast slot, so I thought we'd just have a little wander around Leeds city centre, maybe get a little coffee or something, and have a look around. So come on, onwards. Right, let's take a look inside County Arcade. Again, architecture in here, phenomenal. See, it's not just about a breakfast, this video. Let's get in there. I mean, just look at the tiled floors in here. Fantastic. The work that's gone into that. I mean, I will say some of the stores in here probably got to have a little bit of a good bank balance, let's say that. Look at these, look at the chocolates in here. What have we got here? Milk chocolate, mini milk chocolate bars. And then milk sea salt caramel truffles, not keen on truffles. James Bond mini milk chocolate bars collection. I'm not sure what that's got to do with James Bond. And then British truffle selection. Look at these. That's the kind of stuff that you get at Christmas that you just keep for a year and pass it on to somebody else, isn't it? Dry martini truffles. Shaken, not stirred. They also take American Express in here as well. And the other cards. Diners card, is it, or something? I remember, I'm showing my age again. I don't think they do that anymore, do they? There we go. Yeah, I think I'll stick to Dairy Fine or whatever it is they sell at Aldi. Got the whiskey shop as well. Ooh, now you're talking. Let's have a look. Now I wonder what the most expensive whiskey is that they sell in there. It's not open, otherwise I'd go in and ask. Look at this. Talisker. Ooh, single malt Scotch whiskey. Now I do like a nice crystal glass if you're going to have your whiskey. That's a nice set. How much is that? The Lock Fine. Pop it in the comment section. See if you can find a price for me. 10 years aged, that is. Got Louis Vuitton trainers there, look. I wonder how much they are. I think I might stick to my Nikes. Another great arcade, this one. And inside this one, there's actually a clock that moves around, kind of like an old-fashioned clock with people moving and stuff on the hour, I believe. Let's go and have a look at it. Honestly, you know, for people that are watching from abroad who haven't been to the UK, don't just come to London, because when I lived in the States, and yes, people from the channel will know that I lived in America for 12 years, people used to say to me, oh wow, you're from London. No, there are other places other than London, other cities, and Leeds is well worth putting on that list to visit. Here's the clock. There you go, that's Thornton's Arcade. Now the clock does move, etc. They've got Robin Hood on there as well. That's stealing, because that belongs to Nottingham. But it does move, I believe, on the hour, and they ring the bell out. You've seen them all before, so pop in there and have a look at that one. A good selection of shops as well. Right, I need a coffee before we go for breakfast. Still another, just over an hour. Well, this is the building. This is Harvey Nichols, and the building, the clock that you've just seen there, the outside of the building is absolutely gorgeous. I know they've mixed a little bit of modern glass architecture with it, but that really works against the classic architecture. Let's have a look at the front of it. Sample menu here on Harvey Nichols. You've got grazing plates there, starters, tuna carpaccio, mango salsa, coriander, squid ink cracker. Sure about that. Blimey. Spicy soya dressing, 15 quid. White crab meat salad, apple puffed wild rice, and tomato sorbet, 14.50. Then you got your mains. What have we got for mains here? Yorkshire chicken breast, crispy cabbage, miso glazed hen of the wood mushrooms, spring onions, miso chicken veloute, I guess that is, £26. That's difficult to pronounce if you're from Mansfield. Yeah, swordfish on there as well, £26. Anyway, I'm going to head to McDonald's for a coffee, and then we'll come back and we'll have the breakfast and see what that's like. I'll tell you, before we go onwards, what I've noticed a lot of lately, and I don't know whether you have, is chips, hand cut, skin on, double fried or triple fried chips. And basically they leave the skin on and they say they've triple fried them. You know, triple cooked, that's it. Triple cooked chips, hand cut with the skin on. Do you not find it a bit lazy? I mean, I do actually like the skin on them, but it's like we can't be asked to cut the skin off take the skin off the chips, and we don't get it right first time, so we'll triple cook them. Just cook them right the first time. Right, got myself an iced latte. By the way, this is how mad the world has gone. Right, plastic top, plastic cup, and a paper straw. Strange, isn't it? I'd rather have a plastic straw and a paper cup. Right, okay, I've got to tell you, I've had a few iced coffees lately, and that was one of the nicest ones I've had at McDonald's. And my mate Data Daz over in Tenerife sells coffee, and he said, don't underestimate McDonald's coffee because the beans are really good quality there. So there you go, McDonald's coffee. Right, I've got about another 40 minutes. I'm going to see you up at HARVEY NICHOLS because we've got breakfast at 10. I'm just going to nip into the Apple store and have a quick look around. I love the Apple store. For me, it's just the best. You can never get me out of it. Hence the name, the Mac Master, because of Apple Macs. And that's a lot of people ask me that, and it is because I worked for the Chad newspaper back in Mansfield in 1986. I started, and it was the first local newspaper to use Apple Macs, and I was a whiz on them, and people used to call me the Mac Master. That's how I got my name. I'll see you outside HARVEY NICHOLS at 10 AM prompt. Right, here we are, HARVEY NICHOLS in Leeds. Let's get in there and try this full English breakfast. The thing is, HARVEY NICHOLS, is it just going to be pretentious? Is it just going to be because of the name? Well, let's find out. I'll tell you what though, I have to say, I reckon the full English breakfast is in jeopardy. I think it's dying off. I think a lot of people now prefer maybe a poached egg and what is it you have? Poached egg and avocado on toast. And I have to say, the last few times that I've been out with Sarah, I've had poached egg and avocado on toast. I haven't had a full English breakfast, but shh, don't tell anyone that. Look at this in the window, nice window display. I think that means it's time for breakfast. Come on. Right, here we are inside HARVEY NICHOLS. I feel a little bit underdressed, to be honest, with my hoodie and my jeans on. As you saw in the B-roll there, beautiful view outside there as well, and you've got outside seating if you can catch a sunny day here in the UK. We've got English breakfast here, which is £15. I've had my eggs poached actually rather than fried. Rather have a poached egg personally lately, as of late. Got a good selection on there. Got waffles on there as well. Handcrafted baps. We've got scrambled egg. You can have smoked salmon on there as well. And I've had a cup of tea. I've had tea with breakfast, isn't it? Anyway, have a look at the menu yourself, my friends. Now, how many of you there were going, I can't believe he's put the milk in first. He's not going to go the strength of his tea. He used to put the milk in first years ago so that the hot tea didn't crack the cup when it was china. But I think I've said this a million times, I'll say it again for the people that haven't watched the channel. If you have a pot of tea, then it has to be milk in first. Obviously, if you're putting the tea bag into a cup, then it's milk after. And that's the rules. There we go. The eggs, by the way, are all free range. Now, the question is, this is Yorkshire tea. Should be in Leeds, shouldn't it? Surely. I'll have to ask about that. Surely it's got to be Yorkshire tea. I think it is actually. I'd hazard a guess it is because it's very strong and everything's strong in Yorkshire. Right, okay, well, I've asked the question. It is Yorkshire tea, and also even the butter that they have is Yorkshire artisan butter. The sausage looks really nice. We've got a proper butcher's sausage there. Obviously, there is no catering sausage on this breakfast. And if we cut into the sausage as well, we've got a proper tomato on there. It's not the kind of breakfast that you'd have with tin tomatoes. Totally different breakfast. I've also asked for brown sauce as well. I don't think it's HP by the consistency of it. It's probably some trendy brand. But there's your sausage, and beautiful tasting sausage. You can tell that is a quality sausage. Not sure about putting the egg on the mushroom there. Bacon, not too much fat on there at all. A little bit of fat, but not too much. You can see it's been on the grill there. Not too salty. We've got a nice little bit of black pudding there as well. Not too, not a massive piece. I actually like it like that. And that is gorgeous. Right, well, I'm going to eat it, and then actually the tomatoes done really well. Sometimes the tomatoes can be a little hard. That is gorgeous. Right. Tell you what, I'm just going to taste that brown sauce. See what it's like. Here we go. Yeah, it's not Heinz. Whoa, it's a bit. Oh, it's got a bit of a kick to it actually. That is nice. Right, I'll eat this, come back to you, and then we'll mark it out of 10. You know what? I'm going to talk while I'm walking because I've got to get back to the car. I've got places to be. I actually wanted to hate that breakfast because that place, everything about it is what I dislike and I despise. People who wear their labels on the outside of the clothes instead of the inside. What happened there? I used to wear my labels are on the inside. I don't want to be advertising. Imagine if it's that price. You probably do want your labels on the outside. It's just that kind of place where it's overpriced, pompous, stuck up, pretentious kind of place. And that's the kind of place that I don't normally like. So I wanted to go there and hate the breakfast. And actually, the people around me who were eating, I was right earlier on, they'd actually ordered avocado, poached egg on toast, and what's the other one? Eggs Florentine or whatever. You know, not the full English. Anyway, just let me get over here. Anyway, first of all, service. Impeccable, excellent service, really, really nice. We'll get down to the bill as well because I had a little surprise on it. A little surprise, which was the service charge. However, I got that removed without getting it removed because they told me a little way to do that. Eggs, perfect. Mushroom, lovely. Sausage, excellent. Proper quality sausage, but you'd expect that from Harvey Nichols. The bacon was very nice as well, very tasty, not too gristly, not too salty. The beans were nice, good consistency to them. The brown sauce, by the way, I did ask what that was, and it was Wilkinson's and Son, or Wilkins and Son, I think it was. Really, really nice brown sauce. The bread, excellent, nice bread as well, and nice butter there, Yorkshire butter. Obviously the tea was Yorkshire tea. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I mean, I ate every mouthful of it. It was spot on. We'll get to the price in a minute. The price actually for Harvey Nichols wasn't as bad as I expected it to be. So let's get to the price. What was it? Let's have a look. So first of all, came to one English breakfast tea, which was pot of tea, £4. One English breakfast was £15. Came to a total of £19. Then we got the service charge of £1.90, so that came to a total of £20.90. However, the lady said to me who was serving, she said, have you got our app? Download our app and you can get 10% off. So I downloaded their app, got 10% off. I'll probably get about 10 million emails from them now as well, because they just take your data, etc. But you can put false information in if you want. And then that got myself 10% discount on that, so that was minus £1.90. So that basically means I removed the service charge by signing up for their app, so that came to a total of £18.81. I was going to remove a point for the service charge, but then the ladies told me I had to remove it back again with having a discount card. Do you know what? I thoroughly enjoyed it. I wanted to hate it, but I didn't. I actually really enjoyed it. Beautiful surroundings, great service, good quality food. Yeah, it's not a fry up. It's not really a full English breakfast, is it? Because you need fried bread and all the other stuff with it. But as a nice English breakfast, I thoroughly enjoyed it, in great surroundings with great service and great products and great produce. So for me, I'm going to give it a. Do you know what? I'm going to give it a 10 for what it is, because it was really nice and I thoroughly enjoyed it. So there we go. Harvey Nichols breakfast. Is it pompous, pretentious, stuck up? Not really. It was very nice. And I've got the app and I get 10% off other stuff as well, apparently, or points. And what do points make? Prizes. There you go. That's in Leeds. Tell you what, if you're not from Leeds and you've never been, then give it a visit, because this city is fantastic. It really is. You can spend a whole day here, get a hotel, get yourself to Harvey Nichols, get on the lash at night, and away you go. That's all from me today. If you did enjoy the video, do give it a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.